Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Wild Your Garden. And in this video, boy have we got a job on here, because I'm not doing my usual and driving into the middle of a field and creating a wildlife pond. I've got a rather different project on here today, and rather than try and explain it, I'm going to give you a full walk around and explain exactly what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks here at this property. Let's go take a look. Okay, so starting at the main entrance at present. Now this is all changing. I've got these two posts to take out, the gate to take out. This entrance is effectively going because there's some structural changes to this existing patio that we're going to be doing, which means that it's going to be shortened effectively. The clients, hats off to them, they want to create more meadow space. We'll come on to this bit in a moment, but that means the patio is being cut back. So with that in mind, the new pathway is going to go through here and through this part of the hedge that the clients have already started cutting back. It's a privet hedge, so it will grow back fine, but they want a new entrance to come in straight from there, and then this is going to get put back to lawn / meadow, and then that bit sort of filled in time. If I can dig the plants out obviously here in one piece and transplant them over to there, I will. So that's kind of job number one, either reusing these sets or reusing this paving here to create the new path to get into the garden. Then on the patio itself, they are pretty plant obsessed like myself, which is great. So it means we're creating a bigger herbaceous border in here, so taking out some of the paving here. Again, this gets narrowed back to a shorter patio, and the same around this corner, so this gets reduced. With the view to having a nice big 2 metre wide fantastic bee, butterfly and moth herbaceous border running all the way along this edge, which we're now, this is a bit of a 8 o'clock last night rethink to this area. The clients had a bit of an idea and thought, well, why don't we kind of extend or sort of reduce the patio, extend the meadow and push the herbaceous border back so it gets more sun. That way is south, so we've got a bit of shade cast from that lovely row of birch trees predominantly. So it was going to give them more meadow area, a big bit of room for the herbaceous border as planned, but it just shifts everything this way by about 3 feet. So I'm all for that, so that's good. Then we have kind of phase two, if you like, or the second project here, which, or third should I say, after the entrance, and I don't know, it's just one big job. So then we've got this basically, which is going to become a new entrance. There's an existing laurel here, which is not doing a lot. There's a few little bits of flowers on them. Mine have been in full flower on my front drive for a long time, but they're not great for wildlife. They're okay for early emerging peacock butterflies, and bees will use them as well. So laurels, they're not horrific if you've got one in your garden, but the clients want to make a new access in here, so that's going to go, and the existing fencing is going to get cut back and a new gate and entranceway put into that side of the inside of that area, which I'm going to walk around the long way. And this is exactly why they didn't want to do with the original plan and keep that and have to walk around, because it is a bit of a trek around this side of the garden, so they want a bit of an access through. While we're here, just pause for a second to look at this lovely orchard, because in another phase two, if you like, after this phase of works, then they would like to create a wildlife pond in there, which is a great spot for it. Lovely little sort of scrubby belt, nice orchard, but they do want to make a pond in there in time. We were going to put it in here, but things have kind of changed. We've got some slabs to lay here of some of the ones that I take up, because this gets a bit muddy in the winter. Existing pond, which the level has dropped, so I'm going to be redoing that. We're going to actually turn that into a bog garden when we create the new pond. So again, just bear that in mind for future reference. Then if we go in here and take a left, we currently have a bit of a paved area that is housing a lot of plants in pots, an old sort of unused water feature and a few acer trees. Now the plan for this area is to make, drum roll please, a gravel garden. Now you might be thinking, well, that's not the best habitat you could make with that space. But given the fact that they've got already a meadow on site, they've got what will be another wildlife pond, orchard, lawn areas, I think we can have a gravel area in here, because what we're going to do with that gravel area is plant it full of things like this that the client's already been busy buying. They can't wait. So we've got some creeping red thyme. We've got all sorts in here. We've got sedums, marjoram, and I'm going to be bringing a lot more plants, wildflowers as well, to make it effectively like a nice hot kind of butterfly garden, because that way it's south. The morning sun is getting up now and it's already quite warm in here. Obviously the sun radiates off this east facing wall of the house at this time of day, so this is going to get sun for most of the day until the sun drops over that side of the house. So this is a nice hot area that we want to create, and it's going to be filled with plants, like I say, that can cope very well with drought. So things like the thyme, things like Viper's bugloss, things like the marjoram. So yeah, really fantastic project. We think we've found a new home for the acers. Obviously acers like shade, they don't like direct sunlight particularly, so they're going to get moved and transplanted around to this area around the back. This might as well have been a garden tour as a separate video, this one. Because in here we're going to add another row of paving with the slabs that come up from the main area where the gravel garden's going. Then this can be more space for pots, and then we're going to plant 1, 2, 3 acer trees in this part of the garden, which will hopefully, when the apple trees after their haircut this spring that the clients have undertaken, when they grow back a bit, will create a nice kind of semi-shady patch on this northern edge of the house to give them more shade than they've currently got in there. So 1 or 2 jobs to do. But firstly we have to make a bit of an access around the front, and then cut a new access in here and move lots of pots, get the slabs up, and basically just do everything I've spoken about. So stay tuned.